There are many people who think that the animal world is hardwired and that there's something very, very special about man. Maybe it's his ability to have causal thought. Maybe it's something special in his brain that allows him to have language. Maybe it's something special in his brain that allows him to make tools or to have mathematics. So what I want to do now is introduce you to a species called the bonobo. This is Kanzi. He's a bonobo. Right now, he's in a forest in Georgia. His mother originally came from a forest in Africa, and she came to us when she was just at puberty, about 6 or 7 years of age. This is Kanzi and I in the forest. None of the things you will see in this particular video are trained. None of them are tricks. They all happen to be captured on film spontaneously by NHK of Japan. We have 8 bonobos.
All this stuff that's here for our campfire.
An entire family at our research center.
You can have a little bite. I'm going to help get some sticks. Good. We need more sticks too. I have a lighter in my pocket if you need one. That's a wasp nest. You can get it out. I hope I have a lighter. You can use the lighter to start the fire.
So Kanzi's very interested in fire. He doesn't do it yet without a lighter, but I think if he saw someone do it, he might be able to make a fire without a lighter. He's learning about how to keep a fire going. He's learning the uses for a fire just by watching what we do with fire. This is his sister. This is her first time to try to drive a golf cart.
Yeah, there you go. Put that in there. Goodbye.
She's got the pedals down, but not the wheel.
They're stuck. Good idea. Put it forward.
She switches from reverse to forward. She holds on to the wheel rather than turns it. Like us, she knows that that individual in the mirror is her.
By raising bonobos in a culture that is both bonobo and human, and documenting their development across 2 decades, scientists are exploring how cultural forces may have operated during human evolution. His name is Nyota. It means star in Swahili.
You got to see the picture of him.
Pambanisha is trying to give Nyota a haircut with a pair of scissors. In the wild, the parent bonobo is known to groom its offspring. Here, Pambanisha uses scissors instead of her hands to groom Nyota. Very impressive. Subtle maneuvering of the hands is required to perform delicate tasks like this. Nyota tries to imitate Pambanisha by using the scissors himself. Realizing that Nyota might get hurt, Pambanisha, like any human mother, carefully tugs to get the scissors back. he can now cut through tough animal hide.
Kanzi's learned to make stone
Kanzi
tools.
now makes his tools just as our ancestors may have made them 2.5 million years ago, by holding the rocks in both hands to strike one against the other. He has learned that by using both hands and aiming his glancing blows, he can make much larger, sharper flakes. Kanzi chooses a flake he thinks is sharp enough. The tough hide is difficult to cut, even with a knife. The rock that Kanzi is using is extremely hard and ideal for stone tool making, but difficult to handle, requiring great skill. Kanzi's rock is from Gona, Ethiopia, and is identical to that used by our African ancestors 2.5 million years ago. These are the rocks Kanzi used, and these are the flakes he made. The flat, sharp edges are like knife blades. Compare them to the tools our ancestors used. They bear a striking resemblance to Kanzi's.
These are her symbols on her keyboard. They speak when she touches them.
Pambanisha is communicating to Dr. Sue where she wants to go. A frame represents a hut in the woods. Compare the chalk writing with the lexigram on the keyboard. Pambanisha began writing the lexigrams on the forest floor.
Very nice. Beautiful, Pambanisha.
At first, we didn't really realize what she was doing until we stood back and
This
really looked at
lexigram
it and
also
rotated it.
refers to a place in the woods. The curved line is very similar to the lexigram. The next symbol Pambanisha writes represents collar. It indicates the collar Pambanisha must wear when she goes out.
That's an institutional requirement.
This symbol is not as clear as the others, but one can see Pambanisha is trying to produce a curved line and several straight lines. Researchers began to record what Pambanisha said by writing lexigrams on the floor with chalk. Pambanisha watched. Soon she began to write as well. The bonobo's abilities have stunned scientists around the world. How did they develop?
We found that the most important thing for permitting bonobos to acquire language is not to teach them. It's simply to use language around them. Because the driving force in language acquisition is to understand what others that are important to you are saying to you. Once you have that capacity, the ability to produce language comes rather naturally and rather freely. So we want to create an environment in which bonobos like all of the individuals with whom they're interacting. We want to create an environment in which they have fun and an environment in which the others are meaningful individuals for them.
This environment brings out unexpected potential in Kanzi and Pambanisha.
Okay, now get the monsters. Get 'em. And take the cherries too. Now watch out, stay away from them now. Now you can chase them again. Time to chase them. Now you have to stay away, get away, run away. Run. Oh, now we can chase them again. Go get them. Oh no! Good, Cons. Very good. Thank you so much.
So we have a bi-species environment. We call it a pan-homoculture. We're learning how to become like them. We're learning how to communicate with them in really high-pitched tones. We're learning that they probably have a language in the wild. And they're learning to become like us, because we believe that it's not biology, it's culture. So we're sharing tools and technology and language with another species. Thank you.